Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Weird Number 15 here, back again with another video once again, of course. I just want to say before I begin, thank you guys for all supporting me. I love you all, I couldn't be here without you. And there's been a change in my channel throughout the years, from memes to gaming content. Recently, I've sort of been dabbling in the horror genre, A couple weeks ago, I released a creepypasta video, and that video got some attention, and I think you guys really enjoyed that one, so yeah, so I decided why not make more, because you guys seem to like it, so yeah, here are 3 disturbing examples of people who predicted the future that I found on the internet. So yeah, thank you guys for supporting the channel, and please watch this video. I think you'll find it interesting if you're into this sort of stuff. And yeah, now, thank you guys for watching, and without further ado, let's get into it. Number 1. On February 14th, 2018, a gunman opened fire on students and staff at Majority Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, killing 17 people and injuring 17 others. Afterwards, the shooter allegedly fled the scene on foot by blending in with the other students. The suspect, later identified as 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz, was arrested without incident about half an hour later nearby in Coral Springs and subsequently charged with 17 counts of premeditated murder and 17 counts of attempted murder. Now, an unnamed student that day said to the news that he had a feeling that something like this would come. He said that Nicholas seemed like a very strange student to him, and in the past, Nicholas Cruz had joked on social media about doing these things, but most people thought he was just being edgy and wasn't being serious. However, a student who wishes to be unnamed said that he thought that he was actually being serious at first, but even after being told that it was a joke, said he had suspicions about Nicholas and said he seemed to be a very strange student and had a feeling it was coming. He said he had decided that sometimes he would not want to go to school over the fear that Nicholas would do something like this. And on that day, he was right. The student survived, as he said he had a feeling knowing what Nicholas would do. This remains one of the most scary things that I've ever read about, and many people still don't know how to explain it. A lot of people thought he was joking, but this one student thought he was being serious, and with him telling people, he managed to save a lot of lives. Example number 2. This comes from the rapper known as Biggie Smalls. As most people know, I like rapping a lot and I like to talk about it, but this story definitely scares me, as Biggie was one of my main inspirations. Biggie Smalls, also known as the Notorious B.I.G., also known as Christopher Wallace. So many people thought that Biggie Smalls was just being paranoid when he wrote the lyrics on a song called Suicidal Thoughts. However, when the rapper was murdered in LA at a drive-by shooting in 1997, the song appeared to be an eerie prediction of the tragic event. He rapped, "I'm glad I'm dead. I swear to God, I feel like death is calling me." The rapper also had 2 albums known as Ready to Die, which was his first, and Life After Death, which was his second, which he delivered shortly before he died. He also had an unreleased album, which was later released and finished by other people, called Born Again. Many people think that Biggie Smalls is actually still alive, and the album titled Born Again is hinting at it. Many people think that he was a second coming of God, like his fellow rapper Tupac, who also had many signs of predicting his own death. Many people also have wild conspiracy theories that Biggie might have been responsible for the attacks of September 11th, which I shall bring up in the next. Another unrelated thing that people speculate is that the other rapper, known as Jay-Z, might have had something to do with this as well. Jay-Z is very famous, and him and Kanye West both produced this album known as The Blueprints, which was released on September 11th, 2001, the tragic day. Many people associate this album with those attacks, as the album mentions New York a lot, which is the homeland of both Biggie Smalls and Jay-Z. Many people speculate that Jay-Z has something to do with this. Now, as I mentioned in the last one, The rapper Notorious B.I.G., aka Biggie Smalls, predicted the attacks of September 11th, as some people would say. I take him as one of my main inspirations for rapping because, as you know, I like to do that. But most people say that this rapper predicted the attacks of September 11th. In his rap song called Juicy, he said, "Time to get paid, blow up like the World Trade." Now at the time, people speculated, and he said the lyric was about the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, which is a lesser-known terrorist attack against America. On the morning of February 26, 1993, it was a snowy morning, a winter morning in New York City. A truck bomb was driven into the parking garage of the North Tower of the World Trade Center. The bomb detonated and killed 6 people, including a pregnant lady and her unborn baby. It also injured about 1,000 people. Now, this terrorist attack is lesser known as the buildings did not fall. The plan was to dislodge the North Tower and have it come crashing down on the South Tower, which of course, as you know, the plan failed. Now, this next story that I'm about to tell you guys is about this Wall Street worker whose name is Rent Taylor. Rent Taylor said on that morning in 1993, he had a sinking feeling not to go into the towers, as he speculated that something bad would happen. And of course, that morning, like I said, the truck bomb detonated and shook the people inside the towers. Now, he later discovered of the bombing and was happy for his life, and he couldn't believe this. But now, in and at itself, that is extremely strange, and I consider him a very lucky man. However, this next part makes it even stranger. He said once again on the more famous morning of September 11th, 2001, he had a feeling about something else that would happen, something bad. Something like in 1993, but would be worse. He had a feeling that would happen at the Twin Towers that day, and he didn't go in. So he decided to call off work that day and stay home. Later, he turned on the news and found out about the attacks of September 11th, and he saw the towers fall and speculated that he would probably not have survived 9/11. Now, I was not alive when either of these terrorist attacks happened. However, I can only see how scary it would be for all the people involved. Now, all of these stories, they definitely scare me, but personally I think this one takes the cake. Brett Taylor is a very lucky man, and I think there's no way that he just coincidentally predicted something bad would happen at his work that saved his life 2 times. Now, as I said, some of these are just speculation, but this one is true. Some people say that he's lying, but I don't think so. Also, some people, back to the Biggie Smalls thing, some people think Biggie Smalls had something to do with it, as he had taken a picture of him in front of the iconic buildings shortly before the attacks. I'll put that picture up on screen now. Now, personally, I don't know what to think. I personally do not believe in any spirits or ghosts or anything of that sort. But after seeing these stories, I really don't know what to think. Some people say it's crazy and it's just a stroke of luck, but honestly, I do not think it's luck. I think something else, something a lot bigger was involved that saved these men, and also happened to help them predict that these things would happen on those days.